What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jared Benjamins, and I'm back with another reaction video. I know I did reaction videos like 2 years ago, and I just fell off the train with it. So I'm just now getting back into this because I always watch YouTube anyway, and I feel like I give really good reactions to things. So why not record it and put it on my channel? And if you ain't liked or subscribed to the channel yet, you should do that. I know a lot of people just watch the videos and then they just, scroll by or whatever, which is fine. But, you should definitely like and subscribe. I always try to like and subscribe everything that I watch if I really get intrigued and I really like it. So I encourage you to do the same and show some love to your homie. But yeah, this is the Truth Talk Is channel that I'm going to be reacting to, and it's about this rap beef with Kendrick and Drake. So here we go.
For the last few years, hip-hop has been on an obvious decline. What was once a
Yes,
chart-topping genre has been failing to top the charts like it once did. Hip-hop at one point was considered to be the king of all genres for years, and now it finally appears that it might be being dethroned.
And the reason why, I'm just going to pitch in right now. The reason why it's declining is because all the labels and all the mainstream artists that these labels are pushing, it's all an agenda. Literally, it's all an agenda, and it's all just it's all meant to dumb us down, really. That's really what's going on. And we got stupid stuff like this that pops up, like this beef. I don't even understand what is even going on here, but I get Kendrick's good. Drake doesn't even write his own music. He's not even in. He's he's an artist. He sells music, but I don't even classify him as a lyricist like I do Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. And those are the big three, apparently. But
it was years ago now that Nas started saying hip-hop was dead. Now, what he was saying sounds like reality for the genre.
Oh, and what I was going to say about hip-hop is, they don't push the real artists that are working hard and, that actually have a work ethic and actually stick to the roots of hip-hop. They always push this bull crap. And that's all I'm going to say.
Many people in the culture have been saying that if something big doesn't happen in hip-hop soon, it might just be over for it. Luckily for hip-hop, the moment that they've desperately needed seems to have arrived with this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. This beef might just revive the interest needed to save the genre. The only problem with this situation is that it's obviously staged, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the truth about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Let's get right into it.
I'm so dyslexic when it comes to things like this,
big moment like the one we're seeing right now. The Billboard charts made it obvious that hip-hop wasn't as popular as it once was, as an entire year had passed by without hip-hop having a #1 on the charts once. A spot on the charts that hip-hop basically owned for years was now being taken by other genres. This alone spoke volumes of what was happening with hip-hop, as it was clearly starting to appear like the genre had ran its course and was now on its way out. This is similar.
If you believe that hip-hop is the top 3 is Drake, please just get off my channel, because I cannot stand Drake. He doesn't even write his own music. He was good when Headlines came out and he had a few good songs with Lil Wayne, but he's just an actor, bro. Straight up.
Similar to what we saw with other genres like rock and roll that sort of lessened in popularity over the years. If you're wondering why hip-hop seems to be declining, it could be due to many reasons. Hip-hop artists have all become redundant, with new rappers being basically a watered-down version of past rappers before them. In a time where there's more rappers than ever before, for the most part, most rappers all talk about the same 4 things over and over again. Money, substances, women, and jewelry. With every song basically being the same as the other, it appears that the fans may be becoming tired of the same 4 basic concepts. This could have been one of the reasons that...
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that a lot of the stuff on the radio and stuff is all talking about money, women, and clothes and cars and just stuff that's not even, shouldn't even be rapped about, bro. There's so much other things to rap about.
that led fans to stop supporting the music like they once did. Many top rappers of today have been dropping music with sales at an all-time low. For example, NBA YoungBoy, who's considered to be one of the top rappers in the industry, dropped his last project, Decided To, which only went on to sell 37,000 copies first week. It's important to note that YoungBoy is considered to be the top YouTube streaming artist out. If we compare YoungBoy to past top hip-hop artists like 50 Cent, back in the 2000s, his debut album, Never Died Trying, sold over 800,000 albums first week.
Shit.
If you think comparing YoungBoy to 50 Cent is unfair, we can take a look at Meek Mill's career. He sold 165,000 copies first week with his 2012 debut album, Dreams and Nightmares. While it was a lot less than 50 Cent's, it was still a lot more than YoungBoy's drop in 2023. And YoungBoy is considered to be one of the biggest artists out now. If we look at Lil Baby, who was once looked at as the next Drake, his career appears to be dying out right in front of the world. Even Drake himself has been on an obvious decline, as if we look at his album sales over the years, we can see a sharp drop in sales happening as well. On Drake's Views from back in 2016, he managed to sell over 1 million albums in the first week. Compare that to All My Dogs from 2023, and Drake only sold 400,000 copies. That's less than half the album sold. That's a problem, as Drake is the biggest in the genre, and seeing him lose half his sales while he's still the biggest,
he really shouldn't be.
Not selling like
That's the problem.
It's
we got all these.
That something big had to be done in hip hop to try to draw attention to it. A moment so big that would jumpstart the culture. But what could?
That's the problem with hip hop, is we got all these people that are leading like the industry that don't even have a love for hip hop, like the real hip hop. And then we got people that are like Drake that is #1 when he should have never been #1. What? How is this even possible, bro? I will never understand that.
What could that be? What could make people interested in hip-hop once again? Well, what if the two biggest rappers in the industry got into a beef that involves all the biggest names in hip-hop? Now, when you look at that just so happens to be what's taking place right now. The one thing that could have saved the industry, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, are now in an intense beef out of nowhere, just in time to save the culture. The only thing is, I can smell this is fake.
Most people have no clue that in 2023 the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products. It's
beef from a mile away, just like my favorite cologne, which brings us to today's sponsor, Scentbird. Since I was a child, I've always loved smelling good, and I can remember sneaking in my dad's room to use some of his cologne. My dad's favorite cologne was made by this company named Toomey. There was just something about the scent that stuck out to me so much. The first time my parents took me to the mall to get my very first bottle, my dad told me I could have whatever bottle I wanted, and I chose the same one he had at home, as I wanted to smell just like him. Now, years later, Scentbird has unlocked a core memory from my past just by sending me a bottle of this amazing scent. For those who don't know Scentbird from my previous videos, let me tell you about this wonderful company. Scentbird is a fragrance monthly subscription service that provides couture, which is one of D's favorite scents. Most importantly, they send me awake. Once again, want to give a special thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video.
Bear with me, I have a barking dog and he barks at everything. But yeah, let's get back to the hip hop reaction, because this was supposed to be hip hop. Now he's got this perfume that he's wearing.
Let's get back to the video. With low sales, Diddy controversies, and nothing similar to hip hop, you can see why those in the industry are desperate for a moment. So desperate that they are willing to fabricate it themselves. This beef between Drake and Kendrick is 100% staged, a last-ditch desperate effort to save hip-hop before it's too late. Everything about this beef lets you know it's fake from beginning to end. Let me explain exactly what I mean by this. People are looking at this beef kicking off with Metro Boomin, Future, and Kendrick's song Like That, where Future and Kendrick seem to take slight jabs at Drake. There's only 2 or 3 lines on a song from Kendrick that can actually be considered jabs at Drake. The most talked about line is when Kendrick says there's no big 3 in hip-hop, it's only Big Him. This line is referring to the 3 biggest rappers in the industry, which people often say is Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. So essentially, Kendrick is saying that there aren't 3 top artists in hip-hop, and he is the only one at the top. Now, while some may consider this a diss, it was very mild as far as hip-hop disses go. Usually when rappers have a problem with dissing each other, we see things get a lot more personal and much more disrespectful. For example, like we saw with Biggie and Tupac, where Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up and famously starts starts the song by claiming he slept with Biggie's wife. There was a clear reason why Biggie and Tupac were beefing.
Yo, that was one of the best rap beefs, bro. Straight up. That song is golden.
Pac believed Biggie and Diddy had set him up and tried to take him out in Quad Studios. Now, when it comes to this Kendrick diss, not only isn't it personal, but it's very PG, almost like play fighting. Kendrick claiming he is #1 isn't even that much of a diss because all rappers tend to say they're #1 in almost every song.
That's true.
Drake's response was also very mild,
that is true.
and again lacking the disrespect seen in real diss songs. Drake even ends the song by saying he's trying to keep it PG. They're only having a friendly battle. Now ask yourself, what's the purpose for Kendrick even dissing Drake now all of a sudden? The diss was completely out of nowhere with no real purpose behind it. It was just like it was when Kendrick dropped the Control verse. Now the truth of the matter is that this song was all marketing for Metro Boomin's new project.
Yo, that Control verse was way better than this. Like, Kendrick was in his prime back then. In my personal opinion, I think he's already past his prime. Same with Drake. Same with all J. Cole. I don't know, because he just pulls tricks out of his sleeve all the time. But I'm not really listening. I'll be honest, I don't listen to Kendrick anymore. I don't listen to Drake. I'll definitely listen to J. Cole. He's always dropping something.
Project. With the song Like That being marketed as a Drake diss, it peaked at #1 on the charts, scoring a #1 for hip-hop and also helping the album sell better than normal for Metro. This song managed to put hip-hop back in the conversation just like that. One thing that people should remember is that this isn't the first time hip-hop has orchestrated beef for marketing purposes, as we saw the same thing with 50 Cent and Kanye West back in the 2000s. Back in the 2000s, the beef between 50 Cent and Kanye West was promoted to do the same thing they're trying to do now, boost interest in sales for hip-hop. 50 Cent was one of the biggest rappers at the time, and Kanye West was the upcoming superstar who was taking over. The beef was supposed to result in 50 Cent quitting music if Kanye outsold him. Kanye ended up outselling 50, but 50 didn't stop making music. It was all just a marketing tactic to boost sales and sell records, which it worked perfectly, as they both sold outlandishly. Now, when 50 Cent was in real beef, people actually got hurt, and it wasn't only disses about who's the best rapper. Each record 50 Cent made at Ja Rule was full of disrespect, nothing like this Drake and Kendrick beef. Drake and Kendrick are keeping these disses PG in order to make sure things don't go too far, so they can eventually squash the beef when it's all said and done. Another thing that stuck out to me is the number of people involved in this beef. Right now, it's Drake versus Kendrick, Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, Future, Rick Ross, and A$AP Rocky. Somehow the entire...
How the heck did these guys get involved in this? I understand that Metro Boomin and what's his name, Future, got involved because they was on the song, but how does this happen, bro? Could somebody please in the comments let me know how this all came about, because this is all news to me. I really like this guy. He does expose a lot, but it's kind of random.
Music industry has gotten involved in this beef in some sort of Royal Rumble type match. It's obvious the industry wanted all hands on deck for this beef to make it as attention grabbing as possible. One thing that people are failing to realize is that all these artists involved in this beef are all friends. Drake has songs with Rick Ross. Drake also has songs with Metro Boomin. Drake also has songs with Kendrick Lamar. Drake also has songs with A$AP Rocky. They've all partied together. They're all a part of the same industry, and they all took the same oath. This lets you know this is all orchestrated by the labels and the artists, strategically created as the remedy to save hip-hop. What most people need to understand is that those in the music industry see the fans as sheep who are easy to manipulate. They know most people aren't going to look too deep into these things and are going to get excited off the thought alone of these two guys beefing, when in reality the record labels and artists see the masses as people they can easily manipulate, and they do it often. The fans often miss what's real and what's marketing, which allows them to get played. The music industry is creating artificial hype to draw in the audience. Now, this is the part of the video where we start getting real and point out the obvious fact in the room. All of these people involved in this beef are nothing more than Masonic puppets. Literally every single artist involved shows that they're Freemasons. Metro Boomin is seen as one of the main people behind the beef. Metro Boomin is a Masonic puppet, and I have exposed him for it. Metro, like all the other Masons, could be seen throwing up the Masonic all-seeing eye hand gesture. He also called his label Boominati, with the label's logo being the all-seeing eye, one of the main symbols in Masonry. In this music video, he makes it clear he's a Masonic puppet, as he repeatedly throws up the Masonic all-seeing eye hand gesture. It's the same thing with Rick Ross, who has a song called Freemason. Also in this music video for the song Gici Liberace, Rick Ross flashes Masonic symbols throughout the video. In one point of the video, he shows a Masonic Bible and a Masonic pyramid, clearly indicating he is a Freemason. It's the same thing with The Weeknd, who in Lil Uzi Vert's All My Friends music video could be seen throwing up the Masonic square and compass symbol. He also has a whole series of music videos where he shows himself metaphorically selling his soul for fame and riches. I have exposed The Weeknd.
I watched that, actually. I watched this video he's talking about right here. And it's a very interesting watch. I suggest you guys go watch it. I think there's 3 parts to the music videos are like three different parts, and I think they all go in a weird order, but you definitely should check that out too, because it's very interesting.
And extensively in the past. Make sure you check out this video after this one. Future is another obvious Masonic puppet who, like all the rest, has shown his alliance.
Mr. Mumble Rapper himself.
Time and time again. A$AP Rocky is another open occultist who actually.
What's your credit card debt balance? If it's $10,000 or more, here are 3 easy solutions you can start implementing today.
He shows himself selling his soul in his What's Up music video. Rocky has used plenty of Masonic imagery in the past showing his alliance. J. Cole's another Masonic puppet that I have exposed who has admitted to selling his soul and using Masonic imagery. Kendrick Lamar is another Masonic puppet who has shown his alliance time and time again. I have made many videos on Kendrick proving he took the same Masonic oath as all the rest of the rappers. He is one of the stars the Masons use to represent the Antichrist, as Kendrick has been presenting himself as his blasphemous Christ-like savior. In this song with Kendrick, J. Cole, and Young Jeezy called American Dream, Kendrick refers to himself as a traveling man. While that may not mean nothing to you, this is actually a code word used by Freemasons to identify each other. They call themselves traveling men. They actually identify each other by asking, "Are you a traveling man?" This is exactly what Kendrick is referring to with these lyrics. Now, with Drake is the most obvious. Drake calls himself the Sixth God and uses the Owl of Manivra as his record label logo, the same owl that the elite make a mock sacrifice to every year at the Bohemian Grove. He also called his record label OVO, which is suspiciously similar to OTO, which we all know is a Masonic organization that was once led by Aleister Crowley. With Drake, his Masonic alliance is extremely obvious. He was born into the industry. Not only was he a child actor, but his father was in the industry before him. Drake was born into the Masons, and even his stage name is Masonic, as Drake actually means Satan in Latin. If you look up the Latin translation for Drake, you will find that Drake means dragon or Satan. So Drake calls himself the Sixth God, uses Masonic symbolism, and his name literally translates to the dragon or Satan. Do you really think it's a coincidence that the biggest rapper in hip-hop just so happens to be called Drake, which means Satan, and refers to himself as the Sixth God? You have to be blind to be missing the signs. Now, the industry has created this battle between Drake, Satan, the Sixth God, and Kendrick Lamar, the Antichrist savior of the industry. This is all staged and obviously ceremonial. This is the reason that all the artists involved are Masonic puppets. This beef is all about stealing your attention and drawing you back to the industry that's crumbling. Hip-hop wants to make sure they don't lose their influence over the fans. This entire beef is actually killing 2 birds with 1 stone, as while they use it to get eyes on hip-hop, they are taking people's eyes off what's going on around the world. I know you all see the conflicts and drama rising everywhere around the world. Pay attention to what's going on, as they want you to pay attention to Drake and Kendrick instead. 2 puppets on the strings of the elite who run this world. It's time we show the industry we're not their sheep to be guided to a burning end, and that they will no longer manipulate us with their marketing strategies.
He's definitely right about that. Anytime you hear something like the P. Diddy getting raided or this Kendrick Lamar beef, there's always something bigger going on that they're trying to distract you from. I've been learning that like the past few years of my life, that's a tactic they use to take your attention off of where it needs to be.
intelligence will be respected, and they are going to have to change hip-hop in order to save it, not deceive us to steal our attention. Don't fall for this orchestrated beef. Save your time and instead invest that time in learning about God. Remember, these demons are nothing but distractions. Well, that's it for this video, but before you guys go, I just wanted to once again give a special thank you to Semper for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to give Semper a try today, use my link in the...
Alright you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I know I did. I'll be making more videos like this a lot more frequently. So if you have any ideas that you want me, like videos that you want me to react to, please leave it in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, go and like and subscribe to my channel, or like the video and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you on the next one, boys, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you have a great day, blessed weekend, and hopefully you're doing something fun for 420.